to another Sunday Blaze. My name is Esther, and this is my assistant,
Jessica Hansen. And firstly, I'm not your assistant. Like, Jess, what is this?
What are you wearing?
You told me to dress up.
In a suit.
Oh. Right.
Anyways, to jump right into today's video, we are going to be introducing to you a TikTok challenge by Saskia and one of Nathan's friends.
So get ready to party!
Woo!
You know why I pulled you over?
Depends on how long you were following me. Eesh.
Why don't we just take it from the top?
Here goes. I sped. I followed too closely. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped some more. I failed to yield at a crosswalk. I changed lanes in the intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding.
Is that all?
No. I have unpaid parking tickets.
Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. Interior crocodile alligator.
It's a lovely day to walk down the road, and if I ever stop singing, I will explode.
Hey, Steven!
What have you done?
Beautiful.
That was so beautiful. What a tear to my eye.
Absolutely amazing.
Anyway, now that we've witnessed some other people dancing, I think it's a chance for all of us to get up on our feet, to sing and shout and go into a time of worship. What do you say, Jess?
Let's do some stretches.
Cool.
Stretch, dance, ballet, pirouette, turn around, and sit down, and we're finished stretching.
See you guys soon.
Let our praises remind all the darkness of how great and how mighty our God is. For the battle belongs to the Lord and no one else. We are standing in holy defiance. We're declaring aloud in the silence that the battle belongs to the Lord and no one else. No one else. We'll sing hallelujah for all hell to hear. Shout out Hosanna above every fear. Strongholds will crumble like castles of sand. We are marching on. We're marching on. Unstoppable kingdom advances as we take back the ground from the darkness. The battle belongs to the Lord and no one else. You're the banner we raise in the chaos. No, the gates of hell won't stand against us. The battle belongs to the Lord and no one else. No one else. We'll sing hallelujah for all hell to hear. Shout out Hosanna above every fear. Strongholds will crumble like castles of sand. We are marching on. We're marching on. We're marching on. We're marching on. In the chaos, the crisis, the troubles, the trials, the shadows, the sorrows, the long nights, the hard fight. We are the prophets, the voice in the darkness, declaring the battle is yours. We'll sing hallelujah for all hell to hear. Shout out Hosanna above every fear. Strongholds will crumble like castles of sand. We are marching going on. Face to face with the younger me. All of the mistakes, all of the heartbreak. Here's what I do differently. I'd live like I'm not scared. Give when it's not fair. Live life through another. Take time for a brother. Fight for the weak ones. Speak out for freedom. Find faith in the battle. Stand tall but above it all. Fix my eyes on you. On you. I learned the lines and talked the talk. Everybody knows it, everybody knows it. But the road less traveled is hard to walk. Everybody knows it, everybody knows it. It takes a soldier who knows his orders to walk the walk I'm supposed to walk. And live like I'm not scared. Give when it's not fair. Live life for another. Take time for a brother. Fight for the weak ones. Speak out for freedom. Find faith in the battle. Stand tall but above it all. Fix my eyes on you. On you. The things of earth are dimming in the light of your glory and grace. I'll set the sights upon heaven. I'm fixing my eyes on you. Oh, 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 yeah. I'm fixing my eyes on you. Oh, 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 yeah. I'm fixing my eyes. Love like I'm not scared. Give when it's not fair. Live life for another. Take time for a brother. Fight for the weak ones. Speak out for freedom. Find faith in the battle. Stand tall but above it all. Fix my eyes on you. Oh, 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 on you. I'll fix my eyes on you. On you. I'll fix my eyes on you. On you.
Do 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 wiki wiki.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Don't touch my skull.
Sorry. After our time of worship, and now we are gonna go into
The talk.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Hello, Blaze Nuts. How are ya? Great to see you again. Been reading a bit of a book. Thinking Fast and Slow. Thinking fast, thinking slow. You know what that is? That is a logical fallacy, that you could only think two ways, a fast way or a slow way. That is called the fallacy of the excluded middle. But that's not what I'm talking to you lot about today. But you're thinking, oh, we got Brucey back. Wonder what song he's going to do. Well, I'm not going to do a song. I'm not going to do a song at all for you. You know why not? Because last time I did you a song, what did you already do? You go and play it for weeks and weeks and weeks. Jabberlani this, Jabberlani that. Like I'm some kind of Chesney Hawks. It's just too much for a Bruce. Now, my friends, well, you would be my friends if I had friends. I'd like you to be my friends. Anyway, I'm going to tell you a story today. And I'm going to tell you a story about a guy called Peter. Peter. Now, my brother-in-law's called Peter. We call him Pony Peter because of that unfortunate accident with the small horse. But this is another guy. He's called Simon Peter. Now, a lot of people think that there might have been 13 disciples because one of the disciples was called Simon Peter. But no, one guy, two names, it happens. I knew this girl that was called Sheila. So you can easily have two names for one person. All right, so we're going to get into the story, and I can't wait because it is a cracker. Now, you'll see behind me, I wanted them fancy screens that Stevie I has when he does them Sunday things. So got my Sunday best, my dancing outfit, so I can tell you a little story about Peter. Well, Peter and Jesus was in Caesarea, and I guess it's like the Brizzy of Israel, and they were all walking around together, and then Jesus goes and asks Peter a question, and it's a tricky one. He says, you, Peter, who do you say I am? Now, this is a tricky question because Peter knows that that's Jesus. And Jesus knows Peter knows that that's Jesus. And Peter knows Jesus knows Peter knows that it's Jesus. And Peter knows that Jesus knows that Peter knows that Jesus knows that it's Jesus. So what on earth is Jesus asking? Well, Peter, in a moment of brilliance, comes up with the most cracking answer. And he says, you are the Messiah, the Son of the living God. What an extraordinary piece of insight this Peter has. He's a bright one. Jesus says, you know, Peter, that wasn't your own head. That was the Spirit, the Father in heaven that's revealed it to you. And you are Peter. Now, Peter, from the original Greek Petra, a girl's name, Peter a boy's name, meaning rock. Jesus says, on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades, the gates of hell, will not overcome it. What an extraordinary thing to say to Peter. And then he says, don't tell anyone. He's just said, you're the rock. I'm going to build my whole church on you, but don't you tell anyone. Wow. I'd go put that straight on my Insta account. But no, Peter's disciplined, not going to tell anyone. All good. Well, what happens next? They're going on, Jesus explaining what's going to happen. And Jesus is beginning to be a bit of a downer. He's saying, you know, I'm going to be killed. And his disciples are going, no. In fact, Peter eventually gets so frustrated with Jesus talking about the fact that he's going to have to die that he says, never going to happen. Should never happen to you. That's the truth. And what does Jesus say? Oh, he gets pretty riled up and he says, Peter, get behind me. Now, he doesn't call him Peter, though. He knows his name is Peter. He says, get behind me, Satan. Wow. You are a stumbling block to me. You do not have in mind the consideration. He's just been Peter the rock. Now he's Peter the stumbling block. Oh, that's going to sting, Blaze Nuts. It's going to sting. And I think it does sting Peter. Oh. He says to his disciples, as Jesus, talking to all his disciples, he says, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves, take up their cross. That means they're all going to suffer. Wow. Whoever wants to save his life will lose it. Whoever loses his life for me will find it. And now this is a cracker. What good would it be if someone gets all the shrimps in the sea, everything in the world, but loses their soul? No good. No good. Wow. This is some heavy stuff. And then he predicts, he says, you lot, some of you will not taste death before you see the Son of Man coming. Wow. Wow. Well, this was a pretty tough thing. They saw Jesus die. They went through great sufferings. But you know how this story ends? Well, Peter, the rock that became the stumbling block, well, he became the rock again. And he built the church. And he became one of the founding fathers of the church. And wow, he became Peter the rock on which the church was built. Well, isn't this an extraordinary story, Blaze Nuts? So much in it. Challenge for us. It says our lives not going to be easy. We have to look at Jesus through spiritual eyes. It's not always going to be things we can understand. But if we put our faith in Jesus, he can use us. He can change us from a stumbling block into a building rock. And Blaze Nuts, I think that's something pretty special. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. I do love spending time with you, but I need to get back to the dingoes. They are working up some. So you keep safe, keep blazing, and I'll see you soon.
And that marks the end.
Yes! I even want soon for the finale.
Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. We certainly did. And can't wait to see you next time. I hope you have an amazing week. I hope you're not as sad as Jess. But we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Sunday Blaze. My name is Esther and this is my assistant. Should we start again? Welcome back after our time of worship. That was incredible.
Absolutely incredible. Oh no, don't drop stuff, Esther. Bye.